It's a humbling, almost spiritual experience to watch this loggerhead lay her eggs. It's almost as if we've been caught up in her trance while being witness to the circle of life.
The other interesting thing is, again, like I said earlier, was that everything is done behind her. She cannot see what is going on here, you know. It's sheer instinct.
The eggs are soft and leathery rather than brittle and easy to break. As we watch the nest slowly fill up, it's hard to think that only 2 or 3 of the hatchlings from this clutch of eggs will survive to adulthood. Keep watching. We've got a massive surprise when Wild Limited returns.
She's searching for the truth.
Welcome back to Wild Limited. We're on the track of a mighty leatherback turtle.
My height is 5'7". Now take a look at this from the tip of my toes to the tip of my fingers. Look at that track. And no, it's not from a tractor or a piece of earth-moving equipment. This is the track of a leatherback turtle.
Leatherbacks are the largest living turtles and are found throughout the world. They can grow to over 2 meters.
There she is. Can you see her yet? Look at that. Look at this. Got to approach her from the back. We've been told never to shine light in her eyes or her face. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, my goodness, she's huge.
Loggerheads and leatherbacks are very different. Leatherbacks have no visible shell. Instead, they have a carapace covered with a rubbery skin which allows them to dive deeper.
If you watch carefully, you'll see her carapace is moving ever so slightly as she's busy digging the hole. In the loggerhead turtle's case, it's a far more fixed shell, and with her, it's more flexible.
Now, just in comparison, I weigh about 55 kilograms. She's weighing in at 700 kilograms, and they can weigh up to a ton. That's a heavyweight to be reckoned with.
Leatherbacks are known to cover vast distances. One was recorded to have covered 17,000 kilometers in just 12 months. Yet these ocean travelers always come home to nest.
Jeff, I'm noticing that she seems to be so methodical, so clear with what she's busy doing.
That's incredible. And one thing that always amazes me every time I see this is that she's doing it blind. Her head is in front. Everything she's doing is behind her. But knows exactly what she wants to do. Everything is almost so precise. It's just amazing. But it also just the strength of that flipper, the way she curves it like a little spade, incredible. And again, the first time she did this, how does she know? Instinct is incredible.
How many sightings have you had over the past 4-year period?
Yeah, in the 4 years that I've been doing turtle tours, I've probably, off the cuff, over 100 sightings. The leatherback, the least of them, they guesstimate there's only about 100 to 150 of these animals that nest on our coastline. The loggerheads, we tend to see a lot more of them. There's about 500 of them on our coastline.
These magical creatures are under so much stress globally. This really is a rare moment to share with them. And the moment's here. The leatherback's entire body suddenly contracts, and out come the eggs.
Jeff, why should people care about protecting the leatherback turtle?
Well, Michelle, you know, it's such an ancient animal, and we're so sad to lose it. And unfortunately, these animals' eggs are eaten by people. They are caught in shark nets. They are caught in trawlers' nets. So they're really battling. This particular turtle is highly endangered. And what a beautiful beast. Can you imagine my children not being able to see this?
What's so crazy is that people would say, well, they're endangered. And guess what? We've never seen one in our lives, so why should we protect it? We've never experienced a life seeing turtles, so why should we go out of our way to do it?
But from a personal point of view, every single animal on this earth, there's a reason for it. And I believe that they should be protected. And very often it's part of a circle. And if you take out one of those links, the whole thing could collapse.
Why should we protect turtles? Because they're world travelers. They know our oceans and they know our planet's shorelines. They are an indicator of a healthy or bad ecosystem. So, and how are we regulating our 4x4 driving on the beaches?
Well, pretty much, Michelle. Everything is restricted in the marine protected area, and that's the limitation that we can manage. So that in itself is the restrictions that we have. And often enough, we expect the operators to exercise some discretion when they approach these animals and the manner in which they deal with the animal out while it's laying.
It's great to hear the operators are taking every precaution to conserve the nesting sites of these gracious sea reptiles. This isn't just about tourism, it's also about educating people. Checking in on our loggerhead female, we discover that she's now finished laying her eggs, but she's still got the grueling job of covering them. With her eggs prone to predation by honey badgers, she often also digs an empty nest that acts as a decoy. Turtles struggle to move on land. Their bulk is not buoyed by the water, nor their movement assisted by currents, and their flippers are adapted for swimming, not walking. So it's an awesomely strenuous process.
I don't think you could ever watch them enough. But it's important that they must be around for our children to watch as well. But just to see one lay eggs is just amazing.
It's been a test of endurance for this female turtle. Her purpose fulfilled, she methodically heads back to the water.
What a big journey, what a big effort.
The good part is that her strenuous efforts are not in vain. A couple of months later, her brood of hatchlings dig their way out of the nest and hurriedly crawl some 50 meters to the sea, making the same journey as their mother. And they'll be back someday to the same very beach, and it's up to us to give them a future.
They don't call them the magnificent old dames of the ocean for nothing. And right now, the call of that ocean and those waves is just too much.
And off she goes until her next breeding cycle, when these KZN sands will see her again.
One is so full of happiness, I could just cry. And it's just one of those life experiences that every single person deserves to have. This is a creature that deserves all of our protection.